Hey guys, lesson 11, level 6. Let's jump straight in. What does it say to do? It says at the top in the left corner, it says look at the float property inside your image rule set. Let me get myself out of the way. Okay, so we got to go to the style, the CSS file. We're going to look at the float property in the image rule set. Okay, there it is right there on line 17. Okay, it says discuss with your partner what you think the property does. We've already actually covered this, right? If you've watched one of the earlier videos in this lesson, I already kind of demonstrated exactly how this works. But anyway, let's do it again real quick. So it says, well, what do you think it does? And we already talked about it. It basically takes the image and it can float around the screen, but it's always going to be on the left since it says left right there. It's always going to be on the left of the text that goes with it, okay? Actually, if we look at the HTML file for just a second, we're going to see how this works, okay? So we're going to see in the body, starting on line 6, there's an H1 tag called Desserts of the World. We can see that at the top. Then there's an image, okay? And then there's H2. And then there's H3. So there's H2 right there, Ras Malai, okay? Then H3 is the origin, West Bengal. And then there's a paragraph with some information. Okay, all this. Okay, there's a paragraph with information. Now, the image is set to float in the CSS file on the left. So it's going to float to the left of all the text that comes all the way down to the next image that shows up. And that image is going to float to the left of all the stuff that comes after it. Okay, that's how it works. So then it says change the value from left to right in the CSS file. So let's change that from left to right, and you can see how that changed the website. Get myself out of the way. You can see how this looks now. All the images are on the right-hand side. Well, not all of them actually. Looks like one of them is still kind of floating around in the center. So let's see, text align the body. Okay, let's say this is all set to be left aligned. That's going to help there. So well, still not quite. Okay, so this image is not floating to the right for some reason. Let's go take a look at the HTML file. This is something I haven't looked at before. Let's see which image is wrong. It's this one. It's the very last one. So the last image tag we have is this one right here. Now, why is that not floating all the way to the right-hand side? I can't tell why. Let's see. Let's click refresh and save and see what happens. Still not. There's still some kind of problem with it. I would have to spend some time taking a closer look at why that code doesn't work, but it's not doing what it should do. So there's some kind of problem embedded in there somewhere. It'd be a neat exercise. If you guys can debug that, I'm going to offer 50 extra credit points to any student who figures this out. How come the images aren't aligning all to the right? Because in the CSS file, we are saying that all images should align on the right, and the first 3 are doing that. They are doing that. But not the last 3. I tell you what, I might take some time to figure that out too. Anyway, you guys got it. We changed the float from the left to the right. If we want to do it back again, let's change it to the left, and then you'll see all the images on the that one. That one isn't paying attention though. It's actually going opposite, isn't it? When I had it set to the right, it was on the left. Now that I set it to the left, it's on the right. So something weird is happening there. I'm not sure what. Nope. Okay. Again, 50 extra credit points if you can figure it out. Let me know. I'll see you guys in the next lesson.